Alright, Jack and Ellie, it's great to see you all here today. The main thing I wanted you to work on today, Jack, was that downswing plane. And what we saw from the face-on angle was that your finish looked real good. Right there. You're in balance right to your finish right there. And so the first thing I gave you to work on was to see if you can get that club head on the downswing plane better. And on the new blue there on our right, that looks pretty sweet. Right dead on the money on this downswing plane. Into your follow through the top of your left shoulder, as opposed to being above that line on the downswing and through the middle of your torso with that club there. Because remember, any tour player I show you will look like that on the downswing. About halfway into the downswing, club head gets on that line, follows it into the ball, and it goes above it through the top of their left shoulder, parallel to that plane line in their follow through, just like we're seeing for you. So that was the first practice swing you did there, Jack. And there's the ball. You got it right on the money again there, man. And that ball started to the right with a lot of power on it. And we checked it again a few swings later. You're on that line again. Through the top of your left shoulder, parallel to the plane line there. Here again, now you started taking the second medicine to turn those hands over earlier, so you're still on that line. You didn't lose the first thing. And those hands turned over and that ball started going straighter. As you did both things very well together there, Jack. That ball goes straighter. Okay. And then for Ellie, first thing we saw today for Ellie was that, remember, you hit those 9-irons right on that 80-yard flag as you were loosening up here right before we started the lesson. And what are the two main reasons you hit it so far for such a little lady? Right? And you're on that line beautifully, right? And so that 9-iron went about 80 yards right onto that flagstick. See how her shaft is parallel? Look at this, Jack. See, your shaft is parallel to that target line through the top of your left shoulder, and the club head is on that line on the downswing. That's exactly what Jack's trying to do. Okay, and that's what the tour players do. Even at that point, see, the club shaft is parallel to the line. So that's beautiful. So the one thing I wanted to give you today to work on, Ellie, was that same thing we worked on back in the wintertime indoors, was to finish on that front foot better instead of kind of having too much weight on your back foot there when you finished. And so the very first time you tried that, there's the new blue. You did quite well with it. Right there. So that's the new blue, right, versus the old gold finish there. Okay, and again, that is going to look like that way for pretty much every tour player that you'll see. There will be about a 5 or 10% exception to this, but about 85–90% of them will finish like you did there, Ellie. On top of your left foot, nothing but your right foot and right calf off that nice straight line of your body there. All right? Any questions about that? All right. Kathy? And then, yeah, try to play in some of those family golf tour events. And try to find other juniors that you can play in some junior events with. That'll be great. All the park district and city things are all very low priced. It's a lot of fun. Again, there are a couple workshops I've done about that where you can see which tournaments to play in. I have a list. If you Google like Cincinnati Junior Golf Tournaments schedule, there'll be a list there that I've put online for people to use for exactly that reason. You'll see. And I even list them, which ones are for beginners, intermediate, advanced, which ones you can have partners, which ones are on your own ball, stuff like that. All right. All right, we'll stop there for today, y'all.